It's cold, it's foggy, and Christmas spirits have flown very nicely into the new year. It's 2025, and I thought, what's a better brand than Casio to discuss? Now, this particular watch is also famously known as the President's Watch because it was worn by Barack Obama under a suit. And then also, it is infamously known as the Terrorist Watch because this was worn by Osama bin Laden too. Now that's what you call an introduction to this particular watch that's been standing tall since 1989, and that's the time when it first came out. Lo and behold, this particular watch has withstood the Twin Tower attacks, the war on Afghanistan, and a flurry of watches that came in the last few decades or so. Well, that's quite impressive. In fact, I could define this watch in just one word, and that's simple. This watch falls on one end of the spectrum, usually where we start our journey with a Casio in one hand and a school bag in the other. So here you have it, the watch of the decade, the watch of the century, and more importantly, the people's watch. We are sitting in 2025 and still discussing Casio F91. Some of you may think I am crazy. And yes, I am. The F91 is a blinder that catches everyone's eyes. So let's open our eyes fully and talk about this hero. And while you browse through the video, don't forget to subscribe. While the name is as ferocious as the F-16 fighter jets, the F91 is a pretty basic watch in terms of design. But that's the only elementary nature, as this one is made of resin, the glass, the case, the lugs, all through and through. In fact, the strap has now been upgraded to a bio-based resin in this newly launched color and variant that you see here. Can you spot 4 differences on the dial of this particular watch? Well, let me lay that out for you. The outlines and the horizontal lines are gone. Then you can also see that just the word WR is written here, the full form has vanished. Then it doesn't say the word alarm chronograph anymore, and the 24-hour labeling is gone as well. In short, the dial is much cleaner than it used to be. But is it too clean now? I think I liked all the shebang on the dial, and I feel something's missing here. But that's just me. The case here is slim and trim with a diameter of 35.2 mm, a lug-to-lug of 38.2 and a thickness of just 8.5 mm. The positive display is decent, that can be navigated by 3 buttons that can be found. The bottom left button is used to navigate between different modes that highlight the features of the watch. And the bottom right button is mainly used to toggle all these features. You can mainly navigate between the stopwatch to capture 1/100th of a second along with split timers. This can come in handy when you are tracking times for a living. So this is basically a digital chrono. The alarm here can be easily set, while you also have the calendar function to set the day, date and time. Now roll over this watch to find a basic stainless steel case back with the usual literature. This one has a basic water resistance of 30 meters, but let me tell you, it's not basic. It can easily handle those dives in the pool, so there's no question of it handling splashes and showers. The LED light here in green is pretty basic, as it lights up just one side of the screen, which is quite shitty. The F91 here is pretty light, as you can see, with only 21 grams of fat on this watch. A big reason is the bio-based resin strap that is pretty decent and reliable, but not of a very high quality if that's what you're expecting. Is it too small for my 7-inch wrist? Well, on most occasions, it serves you well. Pretty well actually. So I thought I will name my F91 Alfred. Now there are 5 new variants that you could lay your hands on, which have recently launched, including 2 of them in black, alongside the white, the blue, and this aqua green or a minty color. You'd also find 6 other colors, including a black and a green, and then you have 4 dual color options, including a silver, gold, military green, and blue. While this rounds up the variant list of F91, sometimes these are hard to find because these are all hot sellers and you might have to compromise with a color that's available at that point in time. So how much money would you have to spend on this one? Well, this particular watch starts from 1100 rupees and goes all the way up to 1500 rupees, which is around $13 to $18. Well, that's quite cheap. A Parker pen costs more than that. And that's the primary reason why this watch sells so much, because it's so expensive. Well, there's just not much to complain about this watch. Obviously, this particular watch is going to survive the sun and the sand, the desert, the cold and the mountains, and obviously the water. And by any chance, if this watch gives up in between, just throw it away and get a new one for yourself. Because as Buddha rightly said, attachment is the root of all suffering. That's quite deep. Well, this masterstroke from 1989 is still making home runs in the year 2025. So now you know why you need to buy this watch if you still haven't. So finally, which of the colors would you buy? Well, I would prefer the regular black American Espresso as I like to have it every day in the morning. What are you wearing today?